Freaky Brit. I just finished my interview with Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. It was crazy. I was really blunt, and I got a little freak on it. So make sure you watch it. Tune in. All my fans, you need to see how crazy I get and what I talk about that's really blunt and no filter. Bye.
What up, everybody? This is Jason Lee, and this is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Giovanni Watson. Hold on.
And again, the one and only Melissa Ford is out, and we pray that she's recovering well.
She is recovering well, slowly but surely. We love you, Melissa, and we miss you dearly.
You know, I watched the show. The show's really not the same without Melissa.
It's not the same without my beautiful dictionary on the side of me.
All right, so listen, before we get started with today's recklessness, I just want to thank everybody for supporting Hollywood Unlocked. Please subscribe, download, share, and support all of our channels: YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify.
Yes,
We're
please.
everywhere.
We're everywhere.
All right, so the show we did yesterday was just so reckless. The conversation about sex was just so incomparable to everything else we've done. And I just think about the platform that we've built here. This show is much more than cocksucking and dogs eating vagina. And we really need to use our platform a little bit
I
more
really
wisely.
did go home and Google that shit.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
Wasn't it disgusting?
That dog was getting it in, boy.
Ugh. But anyway, I don't want to go too far into that. No pun intended. So I just want to say to everybody that leaves comments on Hollywood Unlocked, we appreciate all of your feedback. Our YouTube page is now verified. I guess they recognize the niggas is really here, not going nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere.
And I'm excited to announce that I'm going to be launching my own YouTube channel.
Oh, shit. Well, congrats on that.
I am. I'm going to be creating personalized content. I don't know everything I'm going to do yet. I know some wild stuff, some inspirational stuff, and some day in the life stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna just take a stab at it.
Well, I think you got the potential to do it, sir. You got a great personality, and some people like you. No matter what they say about you, I like you.
You know what I love about God? God has blessed me with the powerful thing. You either like me or don't like me. There's nobody that says I kind of like him.
That's true. Either they don't like you, or they do like you. I kind of like you.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I don't pray. I pray for either one. Doesn't matter to me. You know, people walk up to me and say, "Oh my God, I love you," or they walk up and say, "Get hit by a car, bitch." I take both the same. Really.
That's good. You know, it take more to hate you than it take more energy to hate you than love you.
Yes, it does. So today, your friend Brittney Guzman is on the show.
Yes.
She's a little person. That's what we call her?
Yeah, she's a beautiful little person.
Okay, so I want to know if it's okay to say midget or not. But I saw the way you were looking at her before the show started, and I know you want to fuck her.
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask her how much penis can she take, because if you're that little, I mean, it would go all the way up your rectum into your throat, wouldn't it?
Oh, my gosh. Do not, when this little beautiful soul comes in here, do not start the show off like that,
Listen,
Jason.
I'm going to
warm and lube her up first.
I'm going to be very respectful. When she hops in that chair, I'm going to ask all the questions that I've ever wanted to ask of a little person.
All right. Well,
because really, this is educational. This show teaches you lots of things. How to give a proper blowjob, how to accept transsexuals for being transsexuals, whether a trans man or a trans, how to be open about exploring your sexuality.
Fuck
age.
you, asshole.
Well, there you go. Walked right into that. Okay, so Braxton family values. Can I just tell you that I've been watching the Braxtons? I've been a fan of Toni Braxton for years. In fact, one fact I'm going to share with you guys. People are going to say I'm name dropping, but that's what I do for a living. At Kris Jenner's house, I didn't know her and Toni Braxton were close friends.
Wow.
And Toni had just been there. But anyway, I was watching the latest episode that just aired in the trailer. Did you see it?
Yes, man. They going through it like going through it. You know, I used to dance with Tamar, and I was on an episode or two.
Is she a nice person?
She's a sweetheart, man. It was that Vince that I didn't really like.
But I've heard the opposite. Terrence. I've heard Vince was dope.
Terrell.
I've heard Vince was cool, and that Tamar is crazy. And on this latest show, she's keeping the drama going.
I think it just depends on person to person who she vibes with. Me and her vibe well, very well.
She's very pretty.
I got into it a lot with her. Terrell Mullins or whatever his guy.
Oh, the hair and makeup guy.
Yeah, that's the reason why I got fired off the tour when I was dancing for him, because his ass.
Jesus, that's Eva Marcel's cousin.
Oh, well, I love Eva.
Okay. Well, anyway, on the show where they're exploring the beginning stages of Toni Braxton getting married to Birdman, which I'm excited about because Birdman privately is a nice guy.
Playboy.
And then you look at Toni Braxton, who's an iconic R&B figure in music, and it's good to see people find their happiness. But you know what? One thing that I guess that made me a little skeptical about this show this season, but I'm still gonna watch, is that Tamar keeps running out the room. She doesn't want nobody to talk about her relationship with Vince.
Well, you know, she's been through a lot with that man. And a lot of people was looking at them from the outside in like, man, they have such a great relationship. But when a lot of those alleged allegations start surfacing, I think it put her in a situation where she just felt embarrassed. She doesn't want to talk about it. I know when I start when I get in a position where I know it's the truth, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to deal with it.
Well, it's not that rumors were surfacing. Her mother went to TMZ and said that she basically was being beaten by her husband.
Well,
now, do you think that that's betrayal? Because at some point, like, the thing I love about me is I ain't close to my family. So they can't really come out and say anything about me. Only one of my cousins, but he would never do that.
Do I feel like that's betrayal, her mom doing that?
Yeah.
I think that was her way of crying for help to help her get out of that relationship.
And with so many siblings, it's interesting to see their relationships because they're all at different levels of success in their career. One of the sisters, I think, is Trina Braxton, just got named as the new co-host of Sister Circle in Atlanta. I believe it's Trina, but either way, all of them have had their own individual careers. Tony being probably, arguably, the most successful in music, and Tamar now the most successful in television. But I'm going to definitely be watching this season, and I hope that our listeners do too, because we're going to be talking about it here on the show.
Yes, guys, when you get a chance, look at the new season trailer of Braxton Family Values. It's a roller coaster.
All right, so listen, socialites, in order for you to stay up to date on what's happening with the Braxtons, we want you to follow @WeTV and hashtag BFV on Instagram so you can find out what's happening with the Braxton Family Values. And make sure you watch it. The show comes on WeTV Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so President Trump is in the news. 2 of his people have been arrested. What? Why you look uninterested?
You know I get uninterested with fuck.
Our followers want you to know what's happening in the world. Here's why it's important, okay, people. Listen, first of all, let me say shout out to Gavin Newsom. He will be the new governor of California.
Gav.
I am hosting a fundraiser event with Karamo Brown and a lot of other leaders of the LGBT community in October, so you should come to that.
I am. Gavin's a good friend of mine.
Gavin Newsom is not your friend.
I've been knowing Gavin for like 4 years.
You do not know Gavin Newsom, the
new governor of California. Yes, I do.
Wait, you were about to say the new governor of LA. This is why I don't talk to you about politics. He is the lieutenant governor of our state of California, former mayor of.
What was that comment you read earlier about me? They said, what? I need to go read a book.
Anyway, but what I love about Gavin Newsom, he's going to be our new governor. But even then, so let's go back. I love politics. And here's why I love politics. First of all, the gruel of actually becoming elected is so hard that Donald Trump becoming president is a phenomenal thing, because him doing this whole thing he's done to become the president is just, it's history making for sure. And people are going to study it for years. But Paul Manafort, his former campaign manager, right? And his attorney, the White House attorney, both found guilty on 8 felonies. Jesus. They going to prison. And he's now been directly connected to some of the felony charges. So everybody now is saying, is the president going to be charged with a felony?
I hope he does. He needs to get something. He gets on my goddamn nerves.
Well, the thing that I don't like about President Trump is that people have to realize that policy making has effects for years to come. So, like, when you make a policy about welfare reform, or people can't have abortions anymore, or gay people can't get married, to undo that, the process of going through the Supreme Court and going through legislation and Congress, it's so long that, not generations, but like years, decades of people will have caught up to it after it's had a major impact. Mm-hmm. So he's doing a lot of damage to our country, let alone the history of our country. When you look back at politics, like, you can look back at Obama and go through his whole era. You got to get through Trump to get back to that. So it's like a completely different world, from climate, from everything. So why are you not interested in politics? You don't find it being important?
You know what? It's not that I don't find it important. I don't think it's important, or I'm not interested. I just think, it's hard for me to watch the news because the news is so tormented with negativity, and I think I'm just in a place of mind where I know I should be a little bit more alert to what's going on in the world as far as politics, but I really don't care of it too much because of Trump. He makes me just want to associate with anything with politics, because I know at the end of the day it's not going to be anything good. So I care not to. My daughter knows more about politics than me.
Well, that's a good thing, because let me explain to you this. Would you care if somebody changed the rate of your rent without telling you?
Absolutely, I would.
Would you care if a person had control over whether or not you would have a grandchild or not? Or a kid or not?
I get where you're going here.
These people do have direct influence and impact on every single thing that affects you, from how farmers harvest and how much they make from selling their products to grocery stores, and how much grocery stores sell the food to you. Well, they also have a lot of influence over big business that continues to feed its own and not provide opportunities for people of color, or the biggest thing in the world right now, that, or at least in our country, that's legal slavery, and that's prison. Our prison system is controlled by these people who created a law that said that if you get 3 strikes, this ain't baseball.
You out for sure.
3 strikes and you out. There are people right now. I mean, we were at Kris Jenner's house, and Kim was talking about her work that she's doing to get people out of prison, and that she's not doing it to be friends with Trump, and that she has her own personal disagreement. She had looked into the prison system and looked at how many people are in prison for life because of marijuana charges. Now we're in a place where we're talking about legalizing marijuana. Those people that have the impact are the people that we put in those seats. So we have that control.
And when you break it down like that, break it down, it makes me say, okay, yeah, you're absolutely right. So I have been doing a lot more. I've downloaded like the CNN apps. I've downloaded the Daily News.
That's a start.
I've downloaded the Daily News app. So I put all my push notifications on. So I'm taking more time to read when I get those alerts.
That's good. Yeah, and I'll tell a quick story. Back in 2012 when Trayvon Martin was killed, and I went home to visit my sister, I remember laying in my friend's house watching the news, and 5 kids had been shot in the backyard. And I was like, damn, how the fuck do 5 kids get shot in the backyard? I started thinking about the impact that the city's violence could have on my niece, who's now getting ready to go to kindergarten. She may walk to the bus stop across the street and get killed, or you just drive by shooting. So I literally got up and drove to the city hall and asked to speak to the mayor. At the time, I remember walking in the room and sitting down with the mayor, and I said, look, I don't even live here, but I'm from here. I have a lot of influence in this community, and I want to know, what are you doing to keep the kids safe? That led me into partnering with Trayvon's mom and doing this whole thing in my community. And as I got deeper into the community and meeting with union leaders, gangbangers, teachers, kids, parents, church leaders, just people, business leaders, I started seeing the impact that the politics in the city were having on my city, Stockton, and how they were preventing people from color for living a safer life or a more productive life. So I went from wanting to do an event in my city to organizing this massive campaign against the current mayor, or the mayor at the time, and the city council. But my point of it all was, I'm naturally sucked into politics because I know the impact it has on people. And I would say that everybody, including you, should just become more woke.
Yeah, you're right. You are definitely right. I think sometimes I sit back and I look at the things and the problem that's going on in the world, and then I see people of color, our brothers and sisters, we're fighting and killing each other. But if we really came together as one and focus on the problem, that could be a huge change, a huge difference.
Just this past weekend in Chicago, over 50 people shot. The weekend before that, 60 people shot. Now, I will tell you, if this was happening in Glendale or Burbank or Calabasas, it would be a national crisis.
Yeah.
People would be you would have people up in arms. You can't even ride a horse down the street in Calabasas on the wrong side of the street without the city council getting notified, let alone shoot 60 people.
Yeah.
People have to wake up that crime, the stuff that directly leads us to prison, poverty, liquor stores. It's all happening in our communities, and we're the people that are the least interested in being involved.
That's true.
It's crazy.
Wow.
I always think of running for mayor one day. Or
I can see you as a mayor. You got a mayor hairline.
Yeah, but listen. Yeah, but then me talking about sucking dick is going to pop up, Is this the person you want to lead you?
Oh, yep.
Is this person that throws drinks and talks about people for a living is the person
that's going against you? That definitely would be a part of the argument.
But I'll tell you this. I would get up there on that podium and say, sir, I'm the person that's going to tell him that he sucked a dick. You're the one fucking with little kids on the low. Tell your truth.
Jesus Christ.
Not that one has anything to do with the other, but what I'm saying is I live in my truth. Somebody recently went on Instagram and started attacking me, because the whole, I ain't gonna say her name, but there's a rapper's fans that are attacking me. They're attacking me for saying my opinion, but now they're making up shit. Now it's just like, oh, we're gonna post photos of you trying to get at someone. So I'm like, you can't Photoshop that, because everybody that I holla at and every DM that I've slid in, I will tell you.
Yeah. Well, you own up to it, and that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Oh, yeah, I've been working on a new impression.
What is that?
It's Charles Barkley.
How is that?
You know Charles Barkley?
No, I don't know who Charles Barkley is.
It's right.
Played for the Phoenix Suns?
Okay, you do. You are a little manly. Okay. Okay, let's talk.
So gay people don't know about sports? Is that what we're saying?
We're not doing this.
Wow.
All right. It's really good. You want to hear it? Okay, let's talk about LeBron James coming to the Los Angeles Lakers. I think he's going to be, let me tell you something. Kobe Bryant. Yeah, it's good, right?
It's
good.
Actually pretty good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do an impression of Charles Barkley getting fucked in the ass. Okay, and we're back with Brittney Guzman.
What's up, Britt?
Hi.
You have to make sure you talk directly into that mic or nobody will hear you.
Hi.
Okay, so look, let's hop right into it. So we've had lots of guests on our show. I met you in the backyard of a house with Giovanni.
You did.
Yeah.
Not that y'all were in the bushes doing anything inappropriate. You know, it's his dream. He said to fuck a little person. Did you know that?
Listen, Jason, I did not say that.
You did, and you also said, because see, I believe in
That's
telling the
everybody's
truth.
dream, though.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's everybody's fantasy.
Where does that come from? Because
we're small and they like to flip us and put us around and put us everywhere against the wall, you know.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I said the shit. So what?
Well, you also said you thought she had a fat monkey. So if you're gonna be honest, you have to do it in front of her too. You can't be talking about her behind her back.
She knows she got a big ass.
Yeah.
Okay, but I thought the monkey. You know, I'm gay, so I don't really know where the monkey exists when it comes to women. The monkey I thought was the vagina.
I would assume that too.
Where I'm from, we call the monkey everything.
Well, I expect you not to know where the female anatomy is. Jim.
Go to hell.
All right, so. Okay, so you say they like to flip you around. I can't even. We just jumped right into sex. I don't know how this show always ends up talking about sex.
Yeah.
But since we're there, okay, so Giovanni prides himself on fabricating that he has a 10-inch penis. So when a person has that big of a penis, how does that work inside of the body?
We have a normal sized vagina. Just because we're tiny, that doesn't mean
Really?
our walls are smaller. Yeah.
Talk to him, baby.
Wait, but 10 inches, so you can take a 10-inch penis?
Yeah.
Talk
Have
to
you
him.
ever taken a 10-inch penis?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And so what do you? We had Rosa Costa here yesterday who said she does acrobats and flips up on a dick. You
She
being
like small penises.
You being little, do they really throw you around?
No, but you can put me like in any corner in any way. I'm small, so I can go anywhere under every coverage. You know.
Okay, so all right. So what is the wildest sexual experience you've ever had?
I went into a family restroom and they said I was his sister.
No.
Yeah, and we were on the floor.
Wait a minute. In a family restaurant, y'all were having
in a movie theater. So it was like a family restroom and only like family to change like your baby or whatever was in there.
Oh my god.
So they said, "Oh, come on, sister, let's go." I was like, "Okay," and then we just had sex on the floor in the restroom.
What movie were you going to see, Anaconda?
Oh, I don't remember.
All right, so Gia, why are you speechless? Here we are. You're getting your
I'm
fantasy.
over here listening about these sexual expertise. I'm a little upset now. It's all right.
Okay, so when you're given head, do you have to use both hands or do you just use one hand, or is it,
I just use one hand. My nails are long enough.
so they
Yeah.
they compensate?
Why am I getting hard? Like this is crazy for
Oh
me
my
right now.
god.
You know what? How to watch a predator, how to catch a predator is
What?
watching.
I'm really serious. Go ahead, continue
Okay,
on,
so
Jason.
Brittany, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay, so you're known for dancing and for you're an actress.
Correct.
Okay, and you were also on the reality show Little Women of LA.
Yes, I was.
So how do you come about getting casted for a show like that? Because I won't lie, it's one of my guilty pleasures. That and Shark Tank. I watch Shark Tank because I want to learn how to get niggas money, and then I watch Little Women of LA. But I watch it like this because I feel guilty watching all the shit you guys go through. How did you get casted?
Well, I know every little person that's on these shows. We just grew up together. We have like little people conventions that happen once a year.
Hold on.
No, you should not have said that.
Y'all do not. So do you go to the Little People convention to talk about big dreams, or what do you?
No, we talk about like there's 100 different types of dwarfism and little people. So we talk about what a little person they have, or to meet a person, to find your next husband, or just to sleep around because little people think, well, I'm a little person, let me just fuck on a little person.
Do they think that?
Yeah.
If a little person fucks a little person, does the baby that they conceive absolutely come out little?
No. Everybody has a little person gene in them. So say if me and Giovanni have a kid, we can have a little person and we can have a tall person.
Really?
Yes.
I never knew that.
So wait, so he has a little person gene?
Everybody in the world has a little person gene. It matters if they connect. Like a tall person and a tall person can have a little person.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Education. This show is not just reckless people. It's educational.
Everybody definitely thought that we were doing this interview to see you sit on Gio's lap, and that's not the case.
I would love her to sit on my
We
lap.
ain't doing that up in
yeah.
here. Okay, so on Little People, where are the Little People, the twins, the Filipino twins? Are they Atlanta?
Yeah, they're from Atlanta.
And
No,
they'll-
actually, they're from Texas. They moved them to Atlanta.
But they're doing the show in Atlanta, right?
Correct.
Okay, and they're strippers.
Yes, they are.
Are they?
Go-go dancers, I thought. Are they like full-blown strippers?
Oh, maybe go dance. I don't know. We don't get along.
So you're. We'll talk about little. We'll talk about people beef in a second because I know it all goes down. So So when you say all the little people know each other, is it like a community amongst itself?
There's not a community like I know that people say there's a community like in Montebello or something. No, there's just like a convention of everybody from around the world
that come together.
They do sports, we do dances, and then it's just like a huge sex fest.
So are little people in there twerking
Yeah.
and backing that ass up?
Yeah.
You ain't never seen her twerk or them twins? They can twerk their ass.
It's just
off.
because we have big butts because our spine doesn't end to the end of our tailbone. So that's why our asses are so big.
Okay, so when you were growing up little, did you know that there was an abnormality to you then? In terms of what's typical, like being taller?
Not when I was maybe when I was like 5 or 6. That's when I was like, okay, this is different. But once I started going to school and all that stuff, no, I thought it was normal. I just thought it was different.
And so you never had issues with confidence or anything like that?
No, I didn't. I was brought up with my parents being so confident. I tried out for cheer. I was on varsity for all 4 years in high school. So
Wow. So are your parents both little people?
they are both little people, and they're both in the industry, and they're actors.
So when you're a little person and you're living in a big house, how do you operationalize being able to function?
We have a stool, or we climb on the counters.
But in the bathtub, is it the same?
It's the same level.
You have to take a shit.
Oh yes.
In the middle of the show, well, I'm gonna keep the interview going. Let Giovanni take a shit. I don't understand how a person's on the radio and has to take a shit in the middle of the show. But Gio Army, this is your nigga right here. All right, so when you have to take a bath, do you guys have regular size bath? Like, is everything still regular?
Everything's regular. We just gotta like hop a little or climb a little. Everything's the same.
But if you hop up the wrong way and end up face down in the toilet, now we have an emergency.
No, the toilet, we just lean our cheek one time and then hop over like that.
Okay, so what's allowed you to be so comfortable with talking about dwarfism? Because a lot of people, I have a friend who is afraid of little people, and I'm like, what are you afraid of? Why though?
Because it's different. People are not used to things being different. They
Like
just
being gay.
They just like one thing normal, and that's it. It's like one blueprint, and that's it. So like when you audition for something, say me auditioning for like a Tyrese music video, obviously they're gonna want like the nice, sexy, like long legs, but you have to be confident enough, like, hey, well, let me audition.
So you'll go in for a Tyrese audition?
Hell yeah!
As a dancer.
Exactly.
But do they know that you're a little person coming in?
No.
And when you walk in and they see you, what do you see them? What do you see as a reaction?
As in, oh, wow, she's confident enough to audition. Okay, maybe. And then their mind's thinking, let me think outside the box. Hey, we might want a little person to be in the music video.
Or to do something else with it.
Exactly, yes.
So Beecher's Madhouse was a crazy club they launched here in
it
Hollywood.
was.
And I remember I walked in there and there was this big ass black girl who was like 8 feet tall. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. Amazon Ashley.
Amazon Ashley, who danced for Miley. And then they had little people connected to the thing and they were sliding them across the room with the bottles.
They were Oompa Loompas, and they were swinging across the thing every time everybody wanted bottle service.
But wasn't that abusive though? Because I ain't gonna lie. For me, I drink a lot. So when I come in drunk and I see a little motherfucker flying across the room, I'm like, what the fuck was that? Do you think that that's fun, or what do you think?
Everybody is to each his own, their own opinion. So they can see it as it's derogatory, or they can see it as, fuck it, I'm a little person, I can swing, I'm that light. So everybody has their different perspective on how they want to be treated as a little person. So some people could think, oh, that's fine.
So you were dancing with Miley Cyrus.
Correct.
How did that come about? Because there was a whole run where she had just
Little people.
She had all kinds of stuff. Amazon Ashley, a lot of different things.
And there
going
was like 10 little people for the VMAs,
Yeah.
and like
Were
in the
you
little
there?
teddy bears. No, I wasn't.
Okay. Go ahead. So how did it come about that you started dancing for her?
I auditioned for her in 2013, and it was a bunch of little people. My mom auditioned, my dad auditioned, and a bunch of other little people. Long story short, I was the last person. She walked in, and she loved the way I danced and danced with me. And ever since then, I was on tour with her. And I fired all the other little people that were on there because they're just like, well, Brittney's the hip-hop dancer. All these other people don't know how to dance. So after then, we went on tour and did a world tour.
Miley seems like one of the most misunderstood people. She's super talented and she seems super nice. Was she humble?
She is the most humble, and she just wants to be a kid and be wild and free and wants to do her own. It's just people are going to judge her, and that's how life is. So she's amazing.
Do you feel like in many ways you can see the parallel of how people want to judge her and put her in a box, and you as well?
Exactly.
You're just going to be in a smaller box.
Yes, and that's how she
was a
thought, well, let's have a little person to think outside the box. So we all just...
Okay.
She's a different person.
For the listeners listening and not being able to watch the show, Gio just took a shit and came back.
No, I didn't.
You threw up.
Threw up my fucking soul.
Why?
No reason. I ate some bad food this morning. Go ahead, continue on.
All right. Well, we're talking about being put in boxes. All right. So do you still keep in touch with Miley?
From time to time, I do. Yes.
All right. So when you and your parents show up in an audition together, a little person's audition, do people know that those are your parents, or are you guys open about that, or do you just go in competing together?
Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows every little person in LA, so they know those are my parents. Excuse me. Or if we go to a store, they'll think, oh, that's his wife, and so they'll think me and my dad are like husband and wife when it's my dad.
So for the gay community, the word faggot is disrespectful or inappropriate. I personally, it doesn't affect me. I don't like people using it. But for your community, the word midget, is it a bad word?
It is. It's like calling a black person
A nigger.
a nigger.
Really?
Yep.
And so and what's the proper word? Is it dwarf?
It could be dwarf. It could be little person. It could be little. It could be.
But the word dwarf reminds me of like, I don't know if we're
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
or Christmas or something where it's like, it's not like, is little people the proper terminology?
Yeah, either one, just not midget.
So okay. So I'm confused. Now, Santa's helpers, the elves, were those dwarfs or were those just?
They're elves. It's a difference.
What are elves?
They're elves.
I'm exploring a world I have no clue about. I don't know shit. I know the nigga ain't real, so I know they ain't. All right. So what are your aspirations? So you're dancing. You're an actress. You were on the show. You left the show?
I left the show.
Why did you leave?
It wasn't for me. It was all older people trying to have kids and get married, and I was 23 at the time, where I wasn't ready for that. I was just trying to be wild and free, and they weren't ready for that, so I just had to part my ways.
You would think that they would be ready for that. That brings like more.
But Little Women in LA, they're an older crowd.
Oh,
If I went to like Atlanta or Dallas, that's a younger crowd.
You have beef with a lot of them?
I have beef with like most of them, yeah.
Wow.
Why?
Because I'm confident enough in myself and have been for years, so they want to follow whatever I do. And they want to be in that situation and do what I do, but it's like we can be our own people, we can be our own self. Why can't you be confident enough of yourself? So that's why we...
So let's go through it. So the twins, the two Filipino twins, you don't like them?
No.
Why don't you like them?
Same reason. They were trying to be on my level, and we weren't trying to be on the same level. So it's all a competition with little people.
Wait, when you say y'all don't want to be on the same level, what does that mean? And y'all gotta stop looking at me when I ask questions, because everybody thinks I'm being messy. Clearly, they're all on the same level in terms of height, but I'm talking about in terms of what though? Career-wise, social media-wise?
Career-wise, social media-wise, it's just all in the confidence. They don't have that, so they want to deteriorate that onto somebody else. Like the left cheek and right cheek. I don't know if you heard of them before. They're on the Dallas show.
Girls.
Yeah. They made fake Facebooks of me and tried to demolish my name and everything to be me. So
Really?
like they would make a fake freak Brit, a fake this or whatever, and then try to
Speaking
demolish
of,
who
how
I
did
am.
you even come up with that name, Freak Brittney, Freak Brit, whatever it is?
I was actually in high school and I was in the library, and one of my cheerleading friends said, "Hey, let's make you a Twitter," and they made that name, and ever since then, boom.
Oh, I thought it was because you was a freak.
Oh, well, that too, but it just went with it.
Okay, so where do you shop? Like, where do you buy your clothes?
These are Fashion Nova jeans.
Shout out to
come
Richard
on,
at
So
Fashion Nova.
they're just a little cringed at the bottom, so I don't fix them nor nothing. And the waist, I have a torso as tall as everybody.
I wanna
So
see the outfit.
It's just
Wait, so the Fashion Nova jeans, you make them into your own size?
no. This is a
It's like
size 5,
kids, right?
and they're just
Oh,
whatever
really?
you say, scrunched at the bottom.
You got a lot of fucking pair of Jordans, by the way.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Wait, do you promote for Fashion Nova?
No, I don't.
Well, shit, Richard, you need to cut this check for Brittney. I'm gonna send him this
Hey.
clip. Okay, so when you walk, so what celebrities have you had sex with? Because I know you've had sex with somebody. Like, is Drake pulling up? Travis Scott? Who's slid in your DMs? This is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. Ain't nobody listening to the show. Just put it out there.
Don't be looking back now for no cosign now. Go ahead and spill the
Okay,
goddamn
your
tea.
friend is back there saying, "Say it, say it, say it."
I want to know. Besides
shit.
me.
That's okay. Listen, we
We
all
haven't had sex. What you talking
No, I
about?
said slid in your DMs. He said slid in your like.
slid in my DMs.
yeah, like, what's
Lil
celebrity?
Boosie slid in my DMs.
Real Bootsy.
Boosie badass.
I can see that.
What did he
He's in no
say?
strip
He
club.
wanted to give you catch you a fade.
No, not like that.
What else? Who else?
He wanted to get him them yams.
Wait, did he
love
say
it.
that?
Yeah.
Really?
We went on tour together, so. it was a
Oh,
whole
okay.
deal
But did
back
you
then.
smash though?
No, we didn't smash.
You guys never hooked up.
No.
Wait, Lil Boosie says, I want to hit it. You're on tour together. There's a late night after show. Y'all tired. You come to my
Okay, maybe we did a little something, but it wasn't everything.
Damn.
Does he have a big penis?
It's a normal size.
Oh, this is becoming one of my favorite interviews so far.
Who else?
Who else is slid in your DMs?
Besides me.
What's Will Smith's DJ? He's like I don't know what his name is.
Jazzy Jeff. I mean,
You know what? Is he Latino?
Yeah, or something.
DJ, I know who you're talking about.
the one that's on the
What's his name?
remix with him
Is
right
it
now?
the one that's on the song with him, right? Because
Or he's in a video. I don't know.
Somebody
but he did.
sent me his penis not too long ago saying he slid in their DM. So I need to show you the penis to see if it's his penis. Hold on, let me pull up his penis. Because you know I save every penis that comes in this. All right, so Nicky Jam PR. He slid in your DMs. What was he was trying to hit to?
And then he erased it after act like, ooh, I didn't message you.
Did he send you his penis?
No. I wish
This
he
girl,
did.
this girl messaged me and said that he had sent her his penis. She actually sent me the penis. I can't find it. So many penises in my phone. All right. So when you said that you've seen a lot of little penises out here, how does a little person judge what a little penis looks like? Because your
I know what a
vaginas are
big
the
dick is
same.
and I know what a little penis is.
So when the person pulls out a 10-inch penis, you're just ready. You're good. You're like, I'm ready.
Yeah. Or there's like medium or like curvy or, smelly.
Wait, what?
wait. Are niggas really pulling out smelly dicks out
dicks?
here?
Yeah, it smells like old cashews, sweaty cashews.
I can't.
Sweaty cashews.
Okay, wait. So who's pulling out a smelly cashew penis? Just regular guys.
Just regular guys, yeah.
Okay, and so when they do that, do you still go through with sex? Because I have a friend who said that he went to have sex with a girl. She was on her period. He still had sex with her anyway because he don't
Yeah,
care.
that's the best sex. That's when the most when you're horniest.
I run a few red lights.
Wait, so you've had sex on your period?
Yes, it's the best. That's when your hormones are like just high.
I'm learning a little bit too much of you today.
But doesn't it create like a certain smell
I
in the
hate
room
that
that doesn't
smell.
exist?
Yeah, so that's why you would have it in the shower.
And then so then the shower just has pink water at the bottom or something.
Everything. All bloody.
Big one.
It would feel like you're stabbing something or fucking dying or something.
You just created massacre or that, yeah.
Have you ever had a threesome?
Yeah, I have.
I'm about to get the hell out of him. I don't want you no more, man.
Wait, but is it is it a threesome involving all little people?
Nope.
You and two bigger people.
Yep.
Two guys.
A girl and a guy.
So you're bisexual. Or you don't believe in
I've
labels?
tried.
Do you prefer men or women?
Men. I need a penetration inside me.
So for Gio, who definitely wants to who's fantasizing about having some type of sexual intercourse,
I don't know no more.
would you stop acting like you mad because she a bigger freak than you? Because I mean, she's keeping it 1,000. At least she's owning all her shit.
I own my shit too. Ask me anything. Yes, I eat ass. Yes, I eat bitches asses. You know that.
Have you sucked a dick yet?
Someone pooped in your mouth.
No. What kind of freak ass shit you into? Somebody shit
Well,
in your
you
mouth?
said you ate booty, so you could have.
You like your ass ate?
I've had it once. It's
You
alright.
like it? Do you like eating ass?
Do I like eating ass?
Yeah.
No, I've never tried that.
That's what's up.
Do you want kids?
I want 6.
6 children? Wait, so I could see you. I could see you in a reality show with you and your 6 children.
That would be dope.
That would be amazing.
That would be dope.
I would love that.
Okay, so what else are your aspirations besides you've done reality TV? You're still professionally dancing.
Yes.
You do music videos.
Yes, I do.
And what else do you want to do? Like what is something that you haven't done yet that you want to do? And she didn't say nothing about having sex.
I
with
know
you.
I'm fucking with it.
Nothing that I haven't done. I want to go on tour with Chris Brown.
Have you ever met Chris?
Yes.
Have you ever touched his dick?
No, I wish.
Oh, Chris and his weenie. All right. So you want to go on tour with Chris, but like outside of dancing, things that you haven't done yet, what else do you want to do?
What does that
Something
look like?
involving kids. I love kids, so anything to help them out
Start
or
a
do a
nonprofit.
charity or Painted Turtle. I'm affiliated with the Painted Turtle Camp. They all are involved with people with disabilities or something's wrong or.
Do you? What are you think one of the biggest misconceptions are of little people?
They don't see that we have ability. They just see that we're short. They can't do anything. They're just there to shake their butt or just stand there. They don't know we actually can do anything else that anybody else can do. Just it'll take a little more time.
Do you consider dwarfism as a disability?
No.
Do some people?
Yeah, they think it's a disability. Oh, let's help her because she's small. Let's do this because she's small. No, I'll get it. It's okay. Thank you. It's just gonna take me a little bit more time.
But does everybody feel that way?
No, nobody. Not a lot of people are confident enough in
'Cause
themselves.
I was gonna say you have more confidence than some other people. I mean, other people that
Other little people I've seen, like out on the street or at a grocery store, they'll get scared of seeing me because they're not confident that they're a little person. They don't realize like, oh, I'm little, but she's little too. I don't want to talk to her.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what do you think people can do to normalize it a little more, at least become more comfortable with it?
We're different. The world shouldn't be basic. It shouldn't be like everybody shops at the same store. Everybody does this. Everybody does that. We all should be confident enough in being different. Because if the world was all normal, that'd be boring.
Wow.
That's true.
That's beautifully said. But there are different, I don't know the proper
Type
word.
of dwarfisms?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
100 different types.
Yeah, because like 100 different types because I don't know what the difference is, but you.
Mine is more common. It's called achondroplasia. That's what normally a lot of people have. But there's so many different types. And there's some that only live till they're like 25.
Wow.
Really?
Why is that?
Yeah.
Well, why?
Because they're like this tiny.
Yeah.
So like they can't take in food all the time. They have so many medical problems. And so it's like the tiniest person could have like a lot of back problems, knee problems. A lot of little people have knee problems where they have to have a huge metal thing in their leg to make their leg straighter.
And so what causes dwarfism is the gene that you say exists in everybody.
Correct.
And it just connects with the other smaller person.
Yeah, a dwarfism gene and connects with another dwarfism gene makes a little person.
Did you always feel love growing up from your family?
I'm not really close with my family, so I can say not really, just with my mom and dad. I felt the love.
So did the dwarfism start with your parents or was it before them as well?
Before them, my mom's mom and dad were little, and my dad's dad was little, but not my dad's mom.
Really? Okay. And so on his side of the family, there are other bigger people?
Yes.
On your mom's side, there is not?
Just her dad and her sister were little. That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. I appreciate you, coming in and having the conversation because everybody was uncomfortable saying, "Oh, Jason's gonna ask all these big questions." I'm like, no, I'm gonna ask regular questions, but I didn't have to ask little questions either. I asked all the questions I wanted.
Well, I think you came up here and you really repped very well, and I think a lot of people are gonna enjoy you, and you kept it real. A little bit too real, but you kept it real.
And
you said to, so.
And Lil Boosie, you not getting his ass no more, so leave her alone. Unless she's going on tour, and, Me Too can't do that no more.
So what's next? What's next for Brittney Guzman? What's coming up? What's going on? What's going out?
I might be on another show that I got casted for, so they're pitching it out right now. So hopefully that soon.
I could see you on Love and Hip Hop. You'd be good for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood.
I was almost there. I did a
Really?
song with A1.
Okay, A1 Bentley.
There was a woman on one of the Little People shows. I think it was Little People Atlanta. She was dating a black guy who was treating her like shit, and they had a baby.
Well, that's all on these Little People shows. They just like, okay, date me so we can go on the show, but don't say anything that we're not dating. And then they treat them like shit, and then they look like shit, but they want to stay on the show for the money. But I didn't say nothing.
Damn.
What's your real
But that's almost a lot of these reality shows, and I feel like people are just faking relationships so they can have.
Exactly.
I was never desperate enough to create a whole fake ass relationship and then come out there and say, hey, "Look at my bae," and then blow it up and then be single later.
Exactly, and make you look stupid. Nope.
Ain't doing that.
What people do for the money.
Okay, so Giovanni wants to have sex with you. Are you attracted to Giovanni?
He is very handsome, I must say, in those eyes.
Thank you, Brittney. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Please don't talk like that because that's not how you talk.
He's talking that sex operator talk.
I know, man. Listen, I thank you because Jason shits on me a lot. He makes me feel very low self-esteem. He makes me feel unworthy. So thank you. That makes me feel good.
You leave in the middle of the show to shit.
I went to throw up.
So let the listeners, Geo Army that.
But Brittney's a dope individual. I met her at the Juice Party at the Boulevard 3. And I love you, Jason.
What happened?
I thought we were gonna hear the story.
I met her. I just was immediately drawn to her energy, her spirit. She was so confident. She was so nice and so poised. And then I think, did I slide in your DMs after that?
No.
What happened? You follow me?
No, I think I saw you at the celebrity basketball game.
Well, listen, if
That's
you
when
do
you see
end
my
up
DM.
having sex with Gio and his dick smells like cashews, please let us know so we can put that on Hollywood Unlocked.
Boom.
But until then, we out. Peace.
Bye, y'all.